So you got this grand plan of bugging out. You know how to start fires, you know how to build shelters, you know how to collect and purify water, you know how to trap game. But how do you actually get from A to B? And how do you do so with intention? Passing the boundary for the basic course. Now we're into the advanced course. Guys are moving, navigating through the brush over a mile. And at the end, trying to find a specific location. So you have a couple options. You know, as you start moving, you need to analyze the terrain and understand risks and rewards versus moving down through these draws. Right down through here. In some ways that can seem like the easiest way to travel. The problem with draws, of course, is A, it's a natural line of drift. But B, those draws were formed based off from water runoff. Which means in the event that you're in an area where there's flash flooding, there can be places to avoid for obvious reasons. And two, when you get to the base of the draw, typically it is a much higher elevation change to get to the top. The flip side would be sometimes, you know, moving up, we're moving in this direction, but sometimes it's still easier to do your own switchbacks. Help conserve a little bit of energy. You're still moving forward, but you're taking a little bit longer to get there. What's the longest distance that you've ever traveled not on a trail? Love to hear that down in the comments below. See spur or the draw down there. We just saw it over there. Back up on a game trail. Kind of using it where we can. Kind of bob and weave a little bit. I see that it cuts up this way. There's the absolute top of our spur. See this game trail coming up. Now you can kind of see we're getting close to this ridge. So depending on how contested the environment was, you may want to pop up, and it's not as much of a risk with the amount of vegetation that we have. But I could continue to traverse left and right, staying down below that crest if it was more wide open. Let's go see it up here and see what we see. Got a little break now that we're up here on the ridge. Our next point's about half a mile down, so I'm letting those guys get ahead of me. But you can kind of see off, hopefully you can make out the ridge on the other side of the valley. And if we turn back to the north, you can kind of see how it opens up and drops down into the next valley. So the good thing about using ridge lines is there is no elevation change once you get up here. You can traverse up and down this thing with some pretty freedom of maneuver, assuming that it doesn't get overly thick. And in the direction that we're moving, it's not too bad, as you'll see. You just have to figure out at the end of the day how to read your map and how to use the terrain features to your advantage to get you to where you're trying to go. But if you don't trust your ability to read it, you're going to make mistakes. And the only way to get to the point where you can trust what you are seeing is what you're going to find in the actual world is by getting off the YouTube channel, finding a place where you can go practice. Find some places where you can go get off trail. Maybe it is right in your backyard, maybe it's in your immediate area, and there's some areas where you can go maneuver without a whole lot of risk. Like where we're at and what we're doing, there's more risk involved than staying down in the lowlands. But if you just move due south, you're going to hit a road in about a mile. If you go due north, you're going to have some problems. But if you go due south, you're going to find homes and you're going to find roads. So know and understand what your natural boundaries are. Have some good backstops. Think about what you want to do. Plan it out before you do it, and then go get it done.
We are here.
Well, this is their
Or more substantial road at one time.
ATV.
Yeah.
At some point, maybe. Awesome. So we're traversing another 1.5 miles down this ridge line. Again, completely off trail. Makes you feel like nobody's ever been up here before. We're looking for a specific terrain feature that we're going to then use to cut back south, find some water. You guys are doing great. What?
Yeah, that's what we were trying to find the whole time.
Nice.
Let's follow
So if we
the
wanna-
creek.
If we want to go to our spot, 450 meters. Pace count?
Alright, so bushwhack over 1 mile on this ridge. And we knew from doing some map recon that there was a trail that the ridge was going to bisect. And so we kind of use that as a backstop, as well as a identifiable feature that is unmistakable to know exactly where we're at. That's one of the questions that get asked all the time. Like, you don't know where you're at. How do you find out where you're at? All kinds of ways. This was just our way for today, out in the real world, not up on the whiteboard. So we identified that if we moved down this trail a specific number of meters, because where we're trying to go to is actually down there, probably 900 meters down that direction. And we could move in a straight line to get there, or we could use this trail as a handrail to get us moving in the direction that we want to. Measure from ridge line and trail junction down, and as it turns out, there happens to be a slight bend that we can use to confirm our pace count, and then from there, that'll be our launching point to move down to the trail to get some more water. And coming down this trail, you can see where it begins to bend around to the left. We know we're about where we're supposed to be, and now it's a matter of cutting due west. And ultimately, it's not going to matter if we drift left or drift right as we go downhill. As long as we go downhill, we know that we're going to hit a creek. That creek is our backstop. That's what we're looking for. Let's go find it. Yep. Now, what you need to know and understand about maps is not all terrain features are on them. So while I knew that this Jeep trail cuts up and down, my compadres did not. Huh?
I think it's
The right tree?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta find our marker.
Yeah, the creek, it does show that the creek goes across the road.
This little draw, here we go. This is confirmation. All right, see that little draw right there? That little draw, I reckon, is one of two draws. It's either this one or it's that one. That right there. Right? You see what I'm talking about? Yeah. I think that's probably, almost certainly that one right there. So we keep going. There'll be another little mini draw right up here. And then our marker should be just past that. Yeah?
Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
What does it say?
Only one way to find out.
Where's the binoculars?
Right? You're supposed to bring them.
I left them in camp. Yeah, didn't you talk about bringing binoculars? Gaming it? We'd have problem solved right now.
I looked for those.
Nice. or
Lippin?
Lapan?
Lapan. Those Japanese heroes?
Oh yeah,
Are they coming?
coming to get us.
Are they gonna do that rope thing you told us about last night?
Yeah.
Wait, what's that rope thing?
Where we hang suspended from the bottom of the helicopter.
Oh. Apparently something got to this butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the ground.
Yeah.
A piece of its wing was gone, and the rest of its body was gone too.
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt at all. Yeah, break your Are you going to break 35 miles an hour? Hard to say.
Team, if you want to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on future content. Consider becoming a channel member. It's going to give you exclusive access to content not available to anybody else. I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay safe.
We know you're out there! Come to my voice!